Okay, good morning, or just welcome back, I should say. This is Mr. Haas with his math help videos. This time we're talking about lesson 3 in the book, equivalent ratios. And equivalent ratios are kind of like what we were talking about at the end of the last lesson, where we're talking about, remember we did that? It was kind of like a double number line, where we had, let's say we had a bunch of these lines, and we had, let's say some numbers, like down here we had 0 and we had 0, and here we had 2 and we had 10, and here we had 4 and we had 20. Well, equivalent ratios, these are equal ratios, aren't they? Remember in lesson 1 where we talked about how if we had a larger number, let's continue this out a little bit. This is 6, and this would be 30, this would be 8, and this would be 40, this would be 10, and this would be 50. If I had a ratio of 10 to 50, okay, or 10 over 50, I can divide both of these by 5, can't I? And that means I'm going to have an equivalent ratio of 2 to 10, right? Which is the same thing I have here. Well, in equivalent ratios, we're going to create something called a table. And you've probably done this before already, so I'm just really talking it up a little bit, making sure that we all know what it is. And so we've got this table, and it looks like this. We have a bunch of boxes, and we're going to create a topic. Let's say this is the number of days, and this is the, let's say it is the number of books, pages read in the book. You're just reading a book. Pages read. Okay, you're going to just read the same number of pages every day. Well, at day 0, you haven't read any. Okay, that's fine. On day 1, let's say you read 4 pages. Day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6. How much did we increase here? Well, we went plus 4, didn't we? So if we do plus 4 here, right, we did plus 1 down here. We're increasing by 1 each time. 4 plus 4 is going to give me 8. I do another plus 4. That's going to give me 12. Each day you're reading 4 more pages. Okay? So another plus 4, and we're up to 16. And plus 4, and we're up to 20. And finally, by day 6, we're all the way up to 24 pages. Good for you. So this is filling out a table. A lot of times what you're going to run into is there's going to be a table where they give you the topic, and for some reason or other, your friend is into giving you marbles. Okay, so this is days, and this is marbles. I don't know why they're into giving you those marbles, but they are. So here's day 0, day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5. And each day, they're going to give you 2 marbles. Well, let's say that we didn't know this. We didn't know these numbers in here. Let's scribble this one out. Let's scribble that one out. And let's say, okay, they give you 5 marbles. Well, there's none on the first day because they didn't do it. Oh, look, day 1, they give you 5 marbles. We know this number. And let's say we know this number all the way down here. Now we got all these blank spaces, okay? Well, we increased by 2 here, right? Or I'm sorry, by 5. And this increased by, well, we don't know. And this one increased, and this one. Well, let's take a look at the ratio, okay? Because maybe that can help us figure out how much we're increasing by. We don't know that this is 2, really. It could be a lot of different numbers in here. But so let's take a look. Our first ratio is 5 to 1. Our second ratio is 25 to 5. Okay, well look at this. This is 5 times 5, and this is 5 times 1. So we could say, all right, well, obviously we have a ratio of 5 to 1 in both of these cases, because this could become 5 to 1. So if that's true, then all we have to do is say, well, divide this number by 5, and that's going to give me the number 2. Well, that must be the associated number down here. And if we want to know this, well, we take that number and multiply by 5, and that gets us this number up here. We don't know either of these. Well, let's guesstimate that between here, that's probably going to be 4. If we wanted to put in 4, this would end up being 20. Okay? So that's how we are going to be working with our tables. And they're going to give us different types of tables to fill in. There will be a certain number of blank pages. But one other thing that they're then going to do with us is they're going to have us graph these things. So here we go. We're going to graph equivalent ratios. Okay? Graphing equivalent ratios from tables. Okay, and now a table is going to look like this. It's going to have a bunch of lines like this. And I apologize for my messiness. Didn't take the time to get us a nice straight line table with rulers. Nice even ones. And then it's going to have lines going across. Basically, it's like graph paper. Okay? And thanks for hanging in. Okay, so if this is 0, let's take a look back at our pages read. Yeah, let's do that one. So our pages read, this was our pages. And let's let this be our days. So on 0 days, we read 0 pages. Because that's what it says here on our table, right? 0 pages, 0 days. And on our next one, we read 4 pages in 1 day. Well, I'm gonna run out of room here, because if you take a look at this table, I don't have 24 spaces. So I'm gonna do days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't think I need to go any further than that. And then each one of these lines, I'm just going to make as equal to 4. So this is going to be 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32. Okay. So in the table, the next pair that we have is 1 day to 4 pages. 1 day to 4 pages. And we'll put a dot there. For 2 days, we have 8 pages. So 2 days to 8 pages. I'll put a dot there. 3 days to 12 pages. 3 days to 12 pages. So we follow it over and meet where they meet. We put a dot there. 4 days, 16 pages. 4 days, 16 pages. Look at this, they're all falling in a line. This is called a linear relationship, okay, because they make a line. And that line will just continue straight on out. And if I was to, have you keep continuing this table, then we would have it would just follow it all the way out. We really can't do this because we kind of run out of data right around that 6th day. We only go up to 6 days and 24. And so that's how you make a table. So this data is all kind of like just we're guessing at that. We're just hoping that you just keep reading 4 pages a day. Okay, that's lesson 3 in a nutshell. It's just a bunch of tables and graphing, and it's really not that hard. If we wanted to talk about one other thing, coordinate pairs. Back here at our table, all right, we have this table. Coordinate pairs, coordinate pairs, coordinate pairs. What does that mean? Well, that means that these guys are a pair. They're tied together. So I'm going to have one pair of 0, 0. That's these two. This one, coordinate pair of, let's go with 1 and 4. We like to do the guys on this horizontal first, then the vertical, okay? And then this pair is going to be 2 and 8, okay? And this pair is going to be 3 and 12. We put a little parentheses around. And this one is 4 and 16. 5 and 20. And I'm going to have to put the last one down here. 6 and 24. And that does it for us. That's coordinate pairs. Okay? And that would be for this table, or this graph as well. Okay. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Bye.